We are the DFPN. Always question the answers.
No Gimmicks Podcast, and we bring it to you. Every time we turn live, and you know it's the truth. Every after show, moving down, it's the time to move around. No Gimmicks Podcast is going down. Every night, every time in the ring, this is the time for the No Gimmicks. No, we doing our thing. What's your state of mind? State divine. Moving down a statement when we take the line. This is exactly wrestling the state design. When you see Stone Cold like me, with the stunner in the world, exactly, man, what we bring. Every night we move like Brock Lesnar, the F5, no gimmicks. We take you to your limit, what's the feeling? When we live in the air, you know we on, this the time. Guarantee we move, you know how we respond. The state is line, the state design when we feel it. Moving down, what's the healing? No gimmicks is the feeling.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks Podcast here on the DFPN. Welcome back. We got a nice little chunk of news that we got for you guys tonight. Some happenings and some updates. We got some stuff going on. Good show for you tonight. My co-host, as always, Mr. D Vader. What is up, buddy? Welcome back.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
I'm gonna start doing that every time I come in from now on.
I like it. I'm not gonna front. I like it.
Right.
I was like, damn it, I need something like that. That's cool. That's cool shit.
Yeah, that's one of them spur of the moment type of things, bro.
Hey, man, sometimes it sticks. Sometimes it sticks.
Right.
Plus, you got your cosplay. I've been peeping your IG. You're putting a lot more stuff out there. I like it, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So I'm gonna go ahead since the Black Mac right here already said it right here. It's D Vader Cosplay on Instagram.
Yep.
I've been getting a lot of followers lately, and I'm starting pushing out a lot more content coming up. I got some stuff planned I want to do. And so, go follow your boy D Vader Cosplay on Instagram. I got the Vader costume, I got the Kylo costume, I got the Jedi. Yep. I got a bunch of shit. I got a lot of Michael Myers. I got a lot of stuff that I'm going to be doing, when I stop being lazy and do it. So D Vader Cosplay. That's DEE Vader Cosplay on Instagram.
Yeah, man, go check him out. He's doing this thing, man. Go check him out. Give him a follow.
Yeah, do that.
But while we're in this realm of the pseudo Star Wars realm, let's dive into our first topic of the night. It comes from that. So let's dive into the show. We got some TV and film. One of the first segments of this kind that we got this year. So let's dive right in. Now, this is more of an entertainment type of thing, but there's been an appearance of Luke Skywalker at Disneyland. So are we to expect that he's going to be a mainstay? What's going on with that?
So the story actually came out a couple of days ago. It was on Disney. I think Disney's X account actually posted a video. Yep. And it was a teaser of Luke Skywalker with R2-D2, and they were at Galaxy's Edge. They were sitting in front of the Millennium Falcon. So, of course, you get people talking in the fandom. And what I'm hearing from people that I've spoken to about this is that it's too late for them to do it. Like, you've had 6 years to put the original trilogy characters in the park, and you haven't done that. And it's simply because this area called Batuu is basically, the timeline is between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. So they are steadfast not allowing any of the legacy characters in that area at all. which I think is a huge mistake. I think if you are Disney and you own the Star Wars IP, people want to go there and experience Star Wars. So the original concept, I believe, was for it to be, based around the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. That was the original, what they want to do with Galaxy's Edge. That didn't happen. Kathleen Kennedy comes in and says, we should just do it for the sequel trilogy, which the sequel trilogy is unpopular. People don't like those characters. So now we're going to bring Luke Skywalker in. Okay. It's a limited seasonal appearance for Luke Skywalker. He's not permanent. But people are speculating that Disney is attempting to test the waters here, trying to test the waters, see if people are going to be down with bringing the original character, which of course they would be. Here's the deal. And this thing that gets me, you never hear, you hear people talk about, oh, well, they need to move on from the Skywalkers or whatever. Okay. You never hear people say, DC really needs to move away from Bruce Wayne being Batman. You never hear that because it's fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. The Skywalkers are Star Wars, whether people like to admit it or not. They are. That is the most popular characters. Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Anakin, Chewie, Leia, Han Solo, R2-D2, C-3PO. That is Star Wars to most people, whether you like it or not. It is what it is. So they have this. You heard about the hotel, the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, that they shut down. It was a failure based around the sequel trilogy. Now they have the Disney Imagineers using it as office space. A $1 billion hotel that they made no money on. It was $5,000 a night set in the sequel trilogy. When it's like, why would you not have this built around the original characters like Darth Vader? I don't understand it. So limited time for Luke Skywalker. I believe they're testing the waters. It's only going to be at Disneyland in Anaheim, California. It will not be in Florida at Walt Disney World. It's just going to be in Anaheim. And they also have other characters there as well. They got the Mandalorian and Grogu. There's speculation right now too that this particular Luke Skywalker is the Luke Skywalker from the Mandalorian. So we shall see. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said before, I think it's exciting for people to see Luke Skywalker. I think that if you bring the other characters out there as well, I think it would work. But the damage is already done. The damage is done for Star Wars. I mean, you took a $4 billion investment and you turned it into shit. It's apathy at this point. Is what it is. You're muted.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would like to see it just to see what it does. Honestly, I've been to Galaxy's Edge. The last time I went, I took Kimani because he was really into the Kylo Ren character at that time. So
yeah,
I enjoyed what it was, but I also got, because when we went, it was at the time where I think it was right after The Last Jedi, and it was like really big. The Kylo Ren character was really big at that time, and they did well, but I haven't been there since the other two movies came out behind it.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think if you do, it kind of smells like desperation at this point, because it hasn't done well, and they're trying to patch it up. Now, even with that, there's probably going to be some complaints where what version of Luke Skywalker are you actually bringing in? And if it's the one that's in The Mandalorian, I don't know how well that's going to go over either, because The Mandalorian season 3 didn't do well in a lot of people's eyes. So where are we going with this? So I don't know. I'd like to see it just for the fact, if they're bringing back legacy characters, I would want to see what it does. But other than that, and they're only doing it at Disneyland, that tells you a lot. If they're not doing it at Disney World, it's an experiment that they don't have a lot of confidence in.
Well, it's just what you just said right there. It's definitely an experiment.
Yeah.
They're trying to gauge the fan base, the audience. Because you got to remember, we're going into May the 4th, and all these different things they're going to be doing. So I think they're trying to gauge it. I think they're trying to gauge it because Disneyland is a smaller park than Walt Disney World. So they're trying to gauge it. I think they're trying to control the situation. You see how people react to it. If it's the Mandalorian Luke Skywalker, then that's going to be set around the time after the Return of the Jedi.
Right.
So that's pretty much what it's going to be here. But like I said, there's a rumor in the Mandalorian Grogu that you're going to see Han, Luke, Leia, Chewie, all of them in that movie. Because this is around that time that they're still here.
Yeah.
But you have all these. I mean, they can simply turn this thing around if they want to. You can take this Batu land that no one gives a shit about, make it Tatooine. All these different spots. Have Vader out there. Have Anakin out there. Have Padme out there. Princess Leia. All these characters. You did that. Listen, I saw a video. It was on That Park Place YouTube channel. Epic Universe is coming from Universal.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be a unbelievable experience. What they got planned over there.
They rolled out a commercial for it not too long ago, and that shit looks amazing. I'm not even going to front.
You could have what they are doing right now. You could have that at Disney. You got two of the biggest brands, Marvel and Star Wars. There is no reason why you should have a whole land over there that's dedicated to Star Wars, that you should have the entire Star Wars feel if you go there for that. They even allow you to cosplay over at Universal. You go, they want you to cosplay.
Right. The issue with Disneyland and them doing stuff like this at Disneyland is really small. You can only go so far. And I know they have the second park with it, because when Black Panther came out, they did that at the second park. They didn't do it on the main Disneyland. But even with that, like, you need to expand if you're gonna dedicate something like that. And Disney has made no attempts to expand in California because that real estate is expensive. It's way cheaper in Florida.
Yeah.
So,
but they're so behind on the times, man.
Yeah, they are. But again, there's only so much you could do with that part. Like,
but they've had 6 years. That's the thing about it. They've had 6 years.
You could have renovated a whole bunch of stuff with the Star Wars part of the park. You could have done a lot of stuff with it in 6 years. Yeah, I get that. But going grand, they can't do what Universal's doing at Disneyland, because there's no way.
But they could do it at Disney World.
They could.
So I don't know. I guess just we'll see what happens with this. I've never been to Galaxy's Edge myself, so one of these days I'm going to go. But I know for a fact that they just did MegaCon last week.
Yeah.
And in Florida, and that was big. I think when it comes down to, honestly, if people say all the time, Star Wars is dead or whatever, I think Star Wars, as far as TV, Star Wars is dead, but as far as us cosplayers, is very much alive.
Oh, most definitely.
Very much alive.
Most definitely. It's one of the biggest parts of a Comic-Con.
Right.
If not the biggest.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, that's one of the first, when I go to Comic-Cons, it's one of the first things I look for. One, it's the indicator of where the actual building is, because if you see somebody cosplaying and they're going a certain direction, that's where the Comic-Con is. So
yeah. And I saw the costumes, the cosplay that was there. It was a lot of Deadpools.
Yeah.
There was some Batmans, Ghostbusters, Darth Vaders, of course. You had a lot of Mandalorians, Boba Fett's, Princess Leia. You had a Rey here or there,
Yeah, there's a lot, man, and people invest a lot of time into the cosplay. So, yeah, you're right on the con scene, especially like LA Comic Con, the big one, San Diego. Those big Comic Cons. Those are some cosplay dreams there, bro. Like, people come out in flocks. So, yeah, but very interesting news. that they're trying to go legacy at Disneyland.
Yeah.
I want to see them do well, but
Yeah.
it, like I said, it seems desperate.
The damage is done.
Yeah. It's like, well, let's recoup, but you've already waited too long to go back to
That's
this.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree with that. So
the moment they should have brought Luke Skywalker out there is the Mandalorian season 2, episode 16. That's when they should have brought.
You should have brought him out when it was hot. Yeah.
Yep.
Like when you know that this is gonna drop, and like they could have done this. They could have done the park with the shows.
Yeah.
You could have enhanced that by having you have the shows rolling out, so have these people in the park. So,
I agree.
Yeah, good shit, man. Good shit. All right, let's move on. We got a lot to cover. So let's jump into TNA real quick.
Yep.
Real quick, behind the scenes, looks like TNA's restructuring. And with the restructuring is coming a whole bunch of theories and a whole bunch of rumors. So let's talk about it. So the biggest one is the president of TNA has moved himself from his post.
I saw that.
And this was today. This was like as we were coming up with, a couple of hours ago, coming up with show notes, and this drops. So let's look at everything. Josh Matthews is gone. Christy Hemme is gone. Both of them were kind of key figures behind the scenes with producer roles. It looks like they're sort of shifting responsibilities. Question: does this look like, to you, they're priming themselves for WWE merging?
That's hard to say. I mean, what it comes down to is if Anthem wants to get out of the wrestling business. That's what it's going to come down to. Like, is it worth it to Anthem to keep the brand? If it's not worth it to Anthem to keep the brand, then of course WWE would likely take it, but WWE would only take it simply because of they want the videotape library.
Right.
That's what they want. I mean, they can have the talent, they can absorb them, but here's the thing. People got to understand this. WWE is not hurting for talent. They have the ID program they got going on. They're not hurting for talent here. So it's like if they were so let's just say, for instance, WWE was to acquire TNA Wrestling, we're gonna put it under the Endeavor umbrella. Okay, what then do you do with it? Okay. It's not like TNA has strong TV. So then what do you do with it? You don't do anything with it. You basically you put it in with everything else. So I think, honestly, I wouldn't do that. At one point, I'm like, WWE should just buy TNA and whatever. And then they merged. They did this agreement with them. But I honestly think for the business to remain healthy and for people to have choices and opportunities, I think they don't need to buy it. Because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be further creating a monopoly. And MLW just got your ass. You settled with MLW about this.
Yeah.
The monopolization of the business. So I wouldn't do it.
Right. So in reports from PWI, credit to them, they said the president, TNA president Anthony Session, he moved from his spot as TNA president, but he is still with Anthem. So there's an indication there that he still wants Anthem to have TNA. There may be room for someone that's coming in.
It could, that very well could be the case.
Yeah.
It's a simple restructuring. It's funny though, because they're restructuring around the same time that WWE just released a bunch of people. So I think there's something there. They're in the multi-year agreement here with TNA Wrestling, but we don't know the details of that agreement.
Right.
We don't know if WWE has a certain say-so over TNA. I don't think they would. It's just, I think for the integrity of the business, I think that you should keep it separate. There's no point of WWE acquiring them. I mean, TNA is not strong as it was at one time. It's not. I mean, they're doing good shows, and I my hats off to them with that. But this is not the TNA of 2004, 5, and 6, and all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's best to just keep it separate. You can have this working relationship, but you lost a lot of your heavy hitters. They went to WWE. You know, so you got to keep that in mind.
You're right, but they've done a great job of next man up. They have. They have. Looking at that roster, there were a lot of people I didn't know prior to Genesis. And looking at them at Genesis, I'm like, dude, because they're losing Jordan Grace.
Right.
But as much as people hate Tessa Blanchard, she's absolutely capable of carrying the women's division. I hate saying that, but she's capable of doing that. And there's a lot of women on that roster that are capable of having great matches with her. Danny Luna is a person I think in the next year is going to be a known name just based off seeing her at Genesis. I think in the next year, a lot of people are going to know who she is. She's going to, especially with this partnership, you have Cora Jade coming down. I think there's going to be some great opportunities for matches with women from NXT. I think Jordan Grace is going to NXT. So there's still going to be a lot of working relationships back and forth. And it's not like they're leaving them high and dry. I do like this partnership that they have. I think they've been allowed so far to be TNA. That's just me outside looking in. So far, they've been allowed to be TNA. WWE has let them. They've done great business with them. It's not like you go in, WWE guys are going to win. They're going to look dominant. There's stories going on here, and I like that. So with them restructuring at the same time as WWE is restructuring, it looks like they're just trying to keep the systems in line. To me, it looks like they're trying to keep them in line. All right, we're learning from you, and we're going to do this because we see you doing this, and it makes sense for us as well. So I don't know if there's a type of merging going on, or WWE is going to eventually fully have TNA as part of its like development. But I mean, right now it's a win-win for everybody.
I agree. It's definitely a win-win for all the talent, and especially the talents that go from TNA to NXT.
Right,
that's exposure, man.
Yeah. It works out. It works out well for them. So they did lose some people, but they brought in Mark Brown, who worked for Ring of Honor. He was a director for Ring of Honor and New Japan. So they're upgrading where they're losing people as well. They lost a couple producers, but they brought in some people that have experience in the world. So good shit for them. But let's move on because we got some more stuff. Let's jump into AEW because WWE is going to be our biggest topic. Let's jump into AEW and then we'll flow right into WWE. Well, something happened that I don't think a lot of people were expecting to happen. We got 3 releases from AEW this past week. Malachi Black, Miro, and Ricky Starks. The last one we're going to say, but these first 2, Malachi Black, Miro, both guys asked for their releases a while back. Tony Khan said no. Lo and behold, Monday we wake up, we look up, they're gone from the AEW roster. I immediately said, I like this move. I like it because it's one of the things that I've been advocating for. If guys are not happy on this roster, let them go. Let them go find other opportunities. The wrestling industry right now is ripe with them. You don't have to land necessarily in the WWE. You have other places you can go. You can go build up. I like this move. And also, it gives me a sense that maybe Tony Khan is starting to figure this shit out. What do you say?
I just think it's a cost-cutting measure. I mean, you got guys here. I mean, when's the last time we saw Miro on AEW television? It's been forever, right?
2023.
So if he's not there, there's no point in keeping him on the roster because you got to keep paying this guy.
Yep.
So I think it's all, cost cutting. And I think it's wasted opportunity. I mean, Malachi Black came in so hot when he came out there with Cody. And they just I don't think he met his full potential in AEW. I don't think so. I mean, here's a guy that should have been an AEW champion. Could have been. Didn't do it. Miro was a monster.
Make the case for all three of these guys.
Oh yeah.
You definitely make the case.
But I'm making the biggest case for Ricky Starks. Because
let's save him. Let's save him. Because he popped up somewhere else last night.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's talk about him. But Miro, another wasted opportunity.
Oh yeah, Miro was a monster at one point, doing a lot of good heel work, and then he disappeared. And I thought, at one point they were going to bring in his wife, his ex-wife. Now they're going to bring her in, and she was going to be his valet. Right. And I thought, okay, that would have been cool, but it just seems like Miro never was a fit for AEW. He just, I don't know. His run started off goofy with him being the best man.
Yep.
And doing that video game shit.
Yep.
So
it did.
I don't know. I don't know. Man.
I will. So in the case of Malachi Black and Miro, both guys were at one point very, very hot. And they just cooled off. And I was having this conversation with someone earlier today. In the case of all three of these guys, AEW had a problem. And it was a glaring problem. And they're not the only three. There's more guys, and I'm fully expecting these guys to be released too. But when these guys get hot, for some reason, they get put on the back burner. And I never understood why. So in the case of Miro, he comes out, he does the best man gimmick. It's not working.
Nope.
He changes to the Redeemer. That shit was fucking money, bro. Yep. Money. That whole God's favorite champion and switching up the theme and him working the matches. I would argue Miro's probably the best TNT champion they had. There's two. And he's one of the two that I'm like, dude, his run was incredible as TNT champion. I don't understand. I don't understand what happened after that. Like, why did we cool this guy down? Because I was thinking if this guy loses the TNT if he loses the TNT title, he's going for the AEW world title and he's going to be the AEW champion.
It would make sense.
Yes. That's how hot his run was.
I agree.
And then for some reason, it cools off. And no one knows why. We don't see this guy again. We see him a handful of times after he loses this title. I don't get it. Same thing with Ricky Starks. Starks, hot. He gets into a lot of feuds. He comes out of them better. He wins the Owen Cup. He beats CM Punk for the Owen Cup. Hot. He's a made man. You have your star right there. He's there. You have him.
Let's keep it 1,000, bro. But and listen, I am under the and I'm gonna stand on this fucking hill. His friendship with Cody is what got him. I really believe that.
So look at the other guys.
I believe that's what held him down. I really do. I get that part, but we don't know the backstage, intricacies of what happened there with Malachi and Rusev. We've heard stories about Malachi.
We do know that
difficult to work with.
Yeah.
But with Ricky Starks, listen,
we've seen him in a WrestleMania.
He's real close with Cody.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of played a part in that shit. I honestly do believe that.
It's hard to argue against it because there's certain scenarios and you're just like, dude, why? Why is this happening to him?
Yeah.
And he for his part, I give him a whole bunch of credit because now that he's gone, he didn't publicly outcry. He did an interview with Chris Van Vliet, but that interview was pretty much saying, like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I tried. I'm just not on television. I'm perfectly healthy. Like, I'm just not wrestling. And you could tell it was killing him just not being out there. So seeing that, I'm like, man, just and that's when I was like, dude, just let the guy go. Let him go be happy. He's not happy here. And you're holding him there against his will at this point, because you can see it all on his face. He's frustrated.
Right.
He's frustrated. He wants to be out there. The crowd loves him. And you've made him a bigger star now than he ever was in your company because of where he is now.
Well, yeah. I mean, it goes back to, you can stay somewhere and get paid. It'd be miserable.
Yeah.
Or go somewhere else and get paid and be happy.
Yeah. Most
what
definitely.
I saw on NXT is a guy who found himself. He got that fire.
Yeah.
He follows Ethan Page. He follows what Ty Dillinger, what's his name?
Sean Spears.
He follows him.
Yeah.
He follows the Codys and everybody else, Penta. All these guys that have come over from, AEW to the WWE. It used to be the other way around. Now it's this way.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So.
But I'm saying all that to say this.
Yeah.
I hope this is a lesson learned from Tony Khan. Because if you look at the roster right now, you have people that you're keeping there that you need to let go. There's guys there that you just need to cut the weight, man. You're not doing anything with them. You're not going to do anything with them. I hope it felt good to get rid of these guys, honestly, as terrible as that sounds. I hope it felt good, because they end up in a better situation. In the case of Ricky Starks, Malachi Black is going to come up. He's going to come back. There's a chance Miro's going to come back to the WWE. Like, those guys fit there. So
WWE guys.
They are. So I hope you're looking at your roster and you're saying, like, look, listen, I've done what I can. I can't do anything else with you guys. Please go. Encourage them. And I like this whole thing with the no 90 day. I honestly do. It's a solid, because nobody expected Ricky Starks to be released from AEW and pop up in WWE the next day. But then
there's
also,
no point in keeping them.
There's no point. But I would like to see that on the WWE side. Hey, man,
Won't happen.
I know. You just released a bunch of these guys. Just do me a solid. Let's say clear this 90 day for Seb, bro.
Yeah. That's very wishful thinking, but that's not. Listen, even though Vince isn't there,
that's
a lot of Vince's shit is still in place there. And that's the old guard there, the gatekeepers. That's
but I'll be straight up. Hearing Ricky Starks got released, it was kind of sad, because it was like, damn, man, y'all didn't even try with this dude.
Yeah,
like y'all failed him. But the next day it was like, oh shit. Well, I'm happy for him. I would like to see, because it makes it more exciting. It really did make it more. Him walking on NXT was not expected. It wasn't expected for a while, at least. There was rumors immediately, like, all right, he'll pop up in NXT maybe in a couple months, not the next day. So I like that. That's where they land. But also, Tony, listen, bro, tighten up. Yep. You have guys on this roster. That you could be making stars too.
I agree.
Proof of this is where they are in WWE. Because The fans are fucking fickle. I'm just put it out there like this.
Of course they are.
The fans are fucking fickle. They're gonna talk about AEW regardless. All of these guys that they're talking about, if they eventually go to WWE, you have a pattern. You have Penta, who was one of your top stars. He's in WWE right now. They're throwing a lot his way. You have Cody, who was your main guy and is carrying WWE. You have cases and points that you can put back. CM Punk is in the discussion for a main event at WrestleMania. Like, look at the people that you have let go, and they have taken advantage of that shit. Look at your roster, because there are definitely people still there that if they leave tomorrow, WWE will pick them up. Those are the people that you need to make stars, and do that shit fucking sap. Fuck what the wrestling world is saying. You have the stars on your roster. Figure out who the fuck they are and make them.
Well, they've always had the stars.
They
just always been bad booking, bad creative.
Yep.
That's what it's been. And I haven't even seen the show tonight yet. So
that's why I said make the stars.
Yeah.
The show they had tonight, I like what they're doing. There's a new woman there, Megan Bain. I like what they're doing with her.
Mm.
They're actually building her into something credible. I like it. So it seems like they're trying. I will give them that. It looks like they're trying. So, but that's it for AEW. Let's jump into WWE. This is the meat and potatoes, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to start with a heavy hitter. So here we go. All right. Now, I'm gonna say something, and then I'm gonna give the floor to D Vader. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Was recently quoted saying that he believes his booze from his latest appearance on Monday Night Raw was the result of him going heel. And with that, well, before I give you the floor, It was also, news came out earlier today that like a couple hours ago, that him and his American beer, Real American Beer, are getting sued by a woman who claims that the making of the bottles or cans is what left a wound that required 10 stitches. And she's suing him and the company for it. But
they did what?
So the cans that the Real American Beer are made out of, one was thrown at her during an appearance from Hulk Hogan. He was throwing out the beers. One struck her in the head, and it required 10 stitches. And she required 10 stitches. So she's suing.
Okay, and she'll probably get a little payday, and that'll be the end of it.
Yep. But I'm going to give you the floor.
Yeah.
Floor is yours, sir.
Well, so let's just put it like this. All right. I've never really been the biggest Hulk Hogan fan. Growing up, my favorite wrestlers were the Ultimate Warrior and the Macho Man. Those are my two people. Okay. I wasn't a Hulkamaniac. I didn't get into Hogan really until Hogan went to WCW. And then the NWO happened, and that's when I got into Hulkamania. Okay. So Hogan was on the Pat McAfee show. And he said that the reason why he got the reaction he did in LA when they did Raw on Netflix debut was because he had played, the last time he was there, he had played a heel in WCW in 1998. That's what this was. Okay. News flash to you, Hulk Hogan. I'm talking to Terry Bollea, actually. Newsflash. That is not the reason why they booed you in LA. They booed you because you have tarnished your legacy. You have tarnished Hulk Hogan, is what you've done. Okay? You did a lot of foul shit that was caught on camera. You may not have known about it, but you got caught. Saying the N word here, the N word there. That's just one thing. Let's not forget about your kid in that car wreck with John Graziano, who's brain dead and a vegetable for life. And you said that, well, he must have had some bad shit that he had to pay for, and that's why that happened. So you've had a history of just saying stupid shit and really never taking accountability for any of it. And to top it all off, okay, you appeared at a Trump rally during the election. Now, that's not what it's whatever. I'm a conservative. I don't have a problem with it. It is what it is. But the mere fact that you win as Hulk Hogan, not Terry Bollea, you're Hulk Hogan. You basically are living the gimmick. You are Ric Flair at this point. You can't tell the difference between the two. So to say that a heel run from 98 is the reason why you got booed when half these fuckers weren't even born is bullshit. You know it's bullshit. So let's stop the delusional act. Okay? Stop the delusion. Right? Just go to the masses and say, I, Terry Bollea, apologize for what I did. I apologize for disrespecting my Hulkamaniacs of all creeds and colors. Because that's what I did. I basically shit all over the training, the prayers, and the vitamins. Believe in yourself. I shit all over that. I shit all over that because of whatever I was going through. Whatever. I'm not the guy's head. I don't know what the hell he was going through. But you said what you said. We all say stupid shit. Take accountability for it. It's like Seth Rollins said. When you take accountability for something, people will forgive you, is what will happen. Don't walk out and act like the shit didn't happen. Because that's essentially what you're doing. You're trying to act like shit didn't happen. Bro, you called your daughter's boyfriend the N-word several times. Then you said, I guess I'm a racist. That's what you said out of your own mouth, Terry. So, bottom line I'm trying to say today is stop being delusional, cut the bullshit, take responsibility, take accountability for your actions. Because this ain't got nothing to do with nothing more than you just being a complete douchebag and just not accepting that you fucked up. That's what it is. You have never been right ever again in the public eye. Doesn't matter. Your reputation is tarnished. It's trash because of what you did. Take responsibility. People will forgive you. Wrestling fans are very forgiving people if you take responsibility. That's all I gotta say.
I 100% agree. 100% agree. And it him blaming that on the heel turn is wild because you came back and you battled The Rock and the people loved you. They loved you still, bro. And it wasn't till all that stuff came out and people are still waiting on an apology, man. And it's like they're not gonna get one. So it's so well. But I'm with you on if you just come out, you don't have to be like uber dramatic, crying and shit. Just say, look, man, I was in a dark place, which people understand. You were getting a divorce from your wife. Like you were going through a divorce. You had all this stuff going on. They tried to make money off you with the TV show. It didn't go the way you planned it. just admit, like, I was in a bad place. What I said was not right, no matter the circumstances. Any human will understand that. It's like, look, man, I'm trying to be as good a man as I can. I make mistakes. We all do. Yes, that is very true. So if you just come out and apologize for it and make amends for it, which doesn't seem to do, you putting this on a heel turn. Now, granted, you broke a lot of hearts with this fucking heel turn. I'm pretty sure there's people out there that probably still hate your guts for it, but not nearly as much as it would be if you just apologize.
That's bullshit. Okay, that heel turn happened in '96. You came back to the WWE. Okay,
yeah, that's what I said.
You turned babyface again in WCW in '99.
Yes,
Hulkamania came back. Then you came back to the WWF in 2002 with the NWO as a heel. You were so popular, they turned you babyface. You had another run.
Yes, that's what I said. Like, bro, people still loved you. You went to Toronto and you were supposed to be the bad guy. They booed The Rock for you.
Right. Yeah, he just needs to get his shit together, bro. Like, seriously.
Yeah, man. It's like it's wild. And I was like, man, bro, what you said is absolutely, it's nail on the head, bro. Wrestling fans are really forgiving. If you just come out, you don't even have to cut that long of a promo. Just like, look, I understand, because people are gonna boo you. It's like, I understand the boos. I understand. But please understand that I was in a dark place in my life. I've been trying to move past that. I apologize. If I offended you, I apologize. And it'll go away. It will go away. But the fact that you don't do that, that's why you get what you get.
You know how much positive PR WWE would get with that?
Yes.
That happened on TV?
Yes. A lot. You know?
But the thing, what it is that here's the problem with this. The problem is that you never know when he's being genuine and when he's not, because he's always working the gimmick. That's the problem. Like, right. I don't watch any shows he's on as far as like documentaries or anything like that, because I don't know if he's working or if he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be able to turn that shit off. He can't turn it off at this point. Yep. That's just who he is. You know, so it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, most definitely. But moving on. I do want to ask you a question since we're still in WWE. Does this WrestleMania season feel off to you?
It does. It feels very lackluster. Like there's no buzz about any of this shit. Like nothing whatsoever. Nothing appealing. Like, you know, they were talking about the potential triple threat match with Cody, Cena, and Cody Cena and CM Punk.
Yeah,
that's intriguing somewhat. That's a marquee match, but everything else is just I don't know. I like I said before, and I'm happy Jay won, but I think that's where the decline started somewhat with the momentum, is when Jay won. And I hate saying that, but that's what it is. Like, you had stories to tell out there with Roman Reigns, with CM Punk, with Seth Rollins. People wanted to see that. People wanted to see the Roman Reigns CM Punk situation. People wanted to see, and it's like, I don't know, dude. It's like ever since the Rumble, it's like it's just the momentum is just gone. Like there's nothing there. And Jay has the people in the building.
Yeah,
he has the people in the building.
Yeah.
But he don't have the universe, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you there. For me, it's two things, and it's the way they announced the him and Gunther. That's the main event, is him versus Gunther. I don't know if you get. I'm not gonna say I don't know. You don't get that marquee value with him and Gunther. You just don't. And it's no knock. It's no knock to Gunther. It's just that championship he's made it a bit prestigious, but it's not as prestigious as the one Cody is holding. It just isn't. And traditionally, that's the belt that people go for when they win the Royal Rumble. Is for whatever reason, this isn't the case this year. I don't know if I necessarily buy in because of that. Also, you have big names. You have Cena, you have Cody, you have CM Punk. Those three in a match is a main event. That's a main event. So the guy who won the Royal Rumble isn't even benefiting from a big name, big match. He's not benefiting from that.
No, he's not. And the problem too is that I go back to Jay already wrestled Gunther.
Yeah,
we've seen this play out at Saturday night's main event here in San Antonio, and I think when he got beat clean, that was it, bro. Like,
yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. And I said that was going to be a mistake.
Yeah, that's a mistake. And now you fast forward, the match gets announced, and it's like one thing that I'm having an issue with too is the lack of knowing what, because this time last year we had WrestleMania was pretty much set this time last year. You knew what kind of matches you were going to have. Maybe the main event, they probably would have changed that, which they did. I think it was supposed to be Rock and Roman, and they ended up doing Cody and Roman for the title and the night 1, night 2 thing, right? Other than that, WrestleMania was set. This year, we have no clue what's coming other than Gunther's facing Jay. That's it. That's the main event. We don't have anything else mapped out. Nothing's coming. There's nothing to be excited for because nothing's set in stone. We just have a whole bunch of rumors and plans to go off of. It's hard to be excited for WrestleMania if I don't know what's coming. There's nothing to be. I don't know what the attraction is going to be this year. I don't know if there's something big they have planned. Even though that's traditionally kept a secret, the rest of the card right now is usually set, and it's not. So I'm having a really hard time. Like, all right, this is going to be a good WrestleMania. Like, this is something that, all right, let's see what they got coming next week. Because this time last year, we were like, Rock's going to be here, and this promo's going to be good. He was flaming people on the microphone, going city to city and building up hype for WrestleMania. This year, crickets. And it's like, what is going on, man?
This WrestleMania, honestly, is just a big nothing burger. Just
it feels like it.
There's nothing here. Like, I don't know what the talent they have on the roster, the stories that they were building, and the fact that The Rock came out there at Bad Blood last year, and that's leading to nothing. And I think The Rock knew he wasn't going to be at WrestleMania. That's why he did the Raw on Netflix, and then he did NXT the next night, was to kind of give that rub or whatever. But I kind of think he knew. So for Rock to come out and say that he had an issue, because he had an issue with people leaking that he wasn't going to be at Mania, So, I think that they had certain plans, and The Rock was probably a pivotal part of those plans. But The Rock is not going to wrestle, so they have to, it is what it is.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks, man. Because the match I wanted for since we were in California, man, like 2020 WrestleMania was supposed to be in LA, and the match that we both were like, it's coming, it's happening, it's Rock and Roman. It was supposed to happen. COVID happened. We didn't get that WrestleMania, and it's like, we're never gonna get the match, bro. And it's like, it sucks. It sucks. We're never gonna get this match.
I don't have any interest in it at this point, to be honest. I don't. My interest, my interest for it went away the moment that he came out on a Raw on Netflix, and he wasn't the final boss anymore. He wasn't a heel anymore. That's where I lost interest with the whole damn thing. And then how they completely just squandered Solo, and I don't know. I don't.
It feels like they rushed an ending to the bloodline
Yep.
instead of ending it properly, because I think WrestleMania was the stage that it was supposed to end on.
Yep.
You were supposed to have a definitive ending, and we're not going to get that. I don't think we're ever going to get a Rock Roman match. At this point, it's too late. You've got Jacob Fatu pretty much taking the reins. If there's something that happens, it's probably going to be between him and Solo.
Probably so.
Yeah,
Probably so. It came to a very lackluster ending. No different than the NWO.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, you did phenomenal storytelling for this entire period, except the ending.
Yep.
Don't blow the ending, and damn it, it sucks.
I'm with you.
All right, man. Let's wrap this on up. Let's jump into the final shots of thoughts. Starting. All right. So, Smoke Pit That Feeling is doing a subscriber thing. I was talking with D before we came on the air, and we're almost at 500 subscribers. So thank you for everybody that's subscribing, but there's a reason you did it, and I just want you all to know I do not like you right now. My stomach hates you. I had to eat some hot dog flavored candy canes for every 100 subscribers, and it did not end well. I just want to throw that into the universe.
That's great.
but no, that's seriously, thank you guys for subscribing. If you're listening, please follow at No Gimmicks. I'll extend the offer there too, but I know. I'm gonna extend the offer to the No Gimmicks. If you guys subscribe, get our numbers up. The candy canes will apply to you guys too, but make sure you guys subscribe. Shout out to USDN who subscribed, who's getting their subscriber count up. Nightmares and Nerdscapes with CJ is putting out great content. Make sure you go follow them. Queens of Nerdom is still on the DFPN network channel, as well as Eat the Cake Anime. They'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow as well with the MPX weekly recap. Shout out to the MPX family too. They were on Dynamite. So the MPX champion, Kari Jai Wright, was on there. Maya World was going up against Megan Bain, and Kaimi was on. There were a bunch of MPX members on Dynamite tonight. So shout out to MPX. Keep doing your shit, man. It's wonderful to see you guys on television, involved in the world of wrestling. So kudos to you guys. Frank D, what you got?
Bruh, it's just another day. Same shit, different day. I mean, it is what it is. We're living in a very lackluster WrestleMania time, bro. Like, there's literally nothing going on.
It's wild. This is why we're almost in March, and it's like
nothing. But we'll see what happens at the chamber. That's we'll see what happens. But I literally I got nothing, bro. Like, my allergies is going crazy tonight for some reason. Help control the pet population. Obviously, have your pets spayed or neutered. Like, it's crazy the amount of dead dogs on the highway. It's fucking wild, bro. Like, Texas just don't care.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't care. So help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Be nice to each other. You know what I'm saying? What else I got here? I think I'm gonna do some shout outs right quick. So I want to shout out all the people, like all the real ones that support us here in what we're doing here, trying to, put out the best podcast that we can here on the DFPN. And want to send a shout out to all the people out there that's been, rocking with us from the beginning and going to continue to rock with us, 2025 and beyond. We gonna be the ones. We gonna be at some of these conventions. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep building this brand up. We're just gonna get to the point where you're gonna see us at the mega cons. You're gonna see us at the space cons and all this type of shit. You're gonna see us at the WWE in the press area and all that. We got some things planned here, players. So y'all just stay tuned to what we got on the No Gimmicks podcast and just the DFPN family in general. And don't forget to subscribe to your boy on Instagram. Follow your boy D Veda Cosplay on Instagram. Holler at your boy. And that's pretty much it, homie.
All right, buddy. Well, I ain't got nothing else. If you got nothing else, we're going to wrap this thing on up. Thank you guys for tuning in to No Gimmicks on the DFPN. Until next time, you guys be safe. Take care of each other. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. Peace.
And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmicks, gimmicks.